Here, as you can see, we have example 4 in cell A2, value sum in A3, value average in A4, and 350 and 80 in B3 and B4 respectively. So we want to print these values in these cells by using VBA code. So what we're going to do is we'll first delete this, and we will go in Developer, Visual Basic, in our module here, and we will write a new sub procedure called sub value font. So this is our code. So first of all, we have activated the worksheet that we are working on, and then we have mentioned the range A2 dot value, which we wanted as example 4. So we write that in inverted commas. Next we write for A3, its value is value sum, B3 is 350, A4 is value average, and B4 is 80. After you've written that, we next want to change the font color and the font size, the style, and the bold. So for A2, which is value is example 4, we make the font bold is equal to true, and the size we make it as 14. Then for the other, from B3 to B4, which is 350 and 80, we want its color to be red, so we write dot color is equal to VB red, and its font style we want it as Arial. So these are the changes that we want to make in compared to the previous one, which was just normal font. Once you've written the code, you can press play here, and we can go check. So you can see that example 4 earlier was the size of value sum, and also 350 and 80 was of a different font and of a different color. Now you can see it's red. You can see example 4 is bold. So these are some of the changes that you can make in VBA for fonts. You can also write a with statement here. Suppose if you wanted to make more changes for A2, so what you can write here is, say, with range A2, and then you can write dot font dot bold is equal to true. And since we've already mentioned range A2, we can just continue dot font dot size is equal to 14. So we don't have to keep writing range. And then you can end with, and then you can write for the other ranges. So if you don't want to keep mentioning it all the time, suppose these ranges were for the same cells, we would have just written with range and then ended the with, instead of writing range all the time. But since we're using for different cells, we can write it. So let's see if it works for this. And it works fine. So it just saves time and you don't have to keep writing it all the time. Next, we will write a sub procedure called clear contents. So this is our code for clear contents. We can call this clear cells rather. Let's call this clear cells. And first of all, we activate our worksheet, which is the same worksheet as this one, which we worked on for the sub-procedure value font. And then we want to clear the formats for B3 and B4. So the red here will not be visible anymore. It will be back to normal. So the format will be changed. The Arial style will be gone. And you can then change So we have changed this code a bit. So once the formats are cleared, then we will go for range A2 dot clear contents, and then we will write range A2 dot value is equal to results. So the value right now is example 4, and it will change to results. And clear contents just clears the value and not the format. So the format will still remain the same. The size will be 14 and it will be bold. And instead of example 4, it will just be written as results. So we will just see how that looks. So we'll press play. So as you can see, the color red and the font Arial is no more there. It's been cleared. Example 4 is now results since we used clear contents. Suppose if you want to clear it altogether, including the format, we can then write this code which says dot clear and then dot value is equal to results. So if we do that, as you can see, the results, the format, which was for example 4, is not there for results because we used dot clear and not dot clear contents.